Hey everybody, how's it going? I've been getting a lot of requests lately about how to add modded subclasses to my all-in-one overhaul. And I've been trying to think of the way to properly show people how to do so. Managing it myself would be a lot because each individual person's setup is unique. And so maintaining, what would essentially be dozens of different files would be definitely too much. But adding it yourself is genuinely very easy to do. It takes once you know what you're doing, it takes less than 5 minutes, honestly. So what I've done is I wrote up a text guide showing how to do so, and with that, along with this video guide, I'm hoping to be able to show anybody who is curious enough to want to be able to do that themselves. So following along with the text guide here, we'll just get right into it. It looks like a lot. It's really not. The reason that it's this long at all is simply because I don't know the experience level of people who are going into this. So I wrote it in such a way that I hope that somebody who has never really modded much at all before can jump into this, read this, follow this video, and know what they're doing. If you have a pretty good amount of computer knowledge, most of this is probably just going to be intuitive, and you might not even need to read it. But yeah, let's, going with, right off the top, there are a few tools that we're going to need. There's lslib toolkit, which is what I use. You'll need a program like 7-zip, Notepad++, which is this text editor here. It's fantastic. The Homebrew Custom Subclasses add-on. This will be releasing at the same time that this video drops, and will make the process smoother and, for the most part, future-proof. So, say, like, if I update the mod in the future, the main overhaul, you won't need to create your patches again. And then, of course, you're going to need whatever subclass mod you want. For this instance, we will be using the Circle of Stars Druid subclass mod. So if you want to follow along, completely, then we'll be able to do so. So, first off, we're going to go and download lslib toolkit from the following link. If you don't want to go to the link, you can always just search BG3 pack extractor, and then right from the wiki, you can find lslib by Norbite, the latest release. Open it up, here it is. Now, if he releases further updates later on in the future, obviously the version number will be different, but it should be basically exactly the same. You're going to want the export tool here at the very top. So we click on that, and it downloads, and now we go into our downloads folder, and there it is. What we're going to do is we're going to use 7-zip to extract it, so just right-click, and then here on the menu, we'll go to 7-zip, and extract here. It's going to pull that out of that zip file, and we actually don't need it anymore, so we can just go ahead and delete it. Now, we're going to go into the packed folder, and we're going to start the program up. So once you do that, here's this. We don't need to do anything with it just yet, so we'll go ahead and minimize it. Back to our downloads folder. The next step would be to navigate to and download your desired subclass mod. Like I mentioned, and for simplicity's sake of being able to follow along, I've got the Circle of the Stars Druid subclass mod. It's on my desktop right now, but we'll say I just downloaded it, so now it's in my downloads folder. What we're going to do is we're going to need to extract this because we need a piece of information from this mod. So what we do is we pull up the lslib toolkit, and then on the pack lsv tools tab, we're going to go to the first line, the package path. And what this is doing is it's saying, what mod do you want to select? So we're going to hit this button here, the annotations button, and we're going to select the Circle of Stars mod. And now for the destination path, we're going to do the same. Except now we are choosing where to put the mod's contents when it was extracted. You could just throw it in your downloads folder. I do not recommend doing that. whenever you're dealing with, especially like with multiple files like this, you want everything to be organized. So we're just going to make a new folder, circle stars, and drop it in there. Now we're dropping this mod into this folder. We hit extract. Finishes up in just a moment. And we are going to go into this folder here, go into public. I've actually got the path listed out right here. So public, mod name, class descriptions, and the class descriptions file. The mod name section here, this will actually change depending on what mod you've downloaded. It's all unique. So you go into public, mod name, and then class descriptions and class descriptions. So this is a entry essentially defining the subclass. Every class, every subclass, they've all got one. And it defines a lot of like very basic information about it. Like you can see like spellcasting ability. It says 5. That'd be wisdom. It just goes in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The UUID number though, the unique identifier number, is what we actually need here. We don't need to do anything with it yet, but we do need to come back to this number later. So for now, just keep this pulled up and move on to the next step. We are now done with the subclass mod. So next step is to navigate to and extract Homebrew modded subclasses add-on. So go back to my downloads folder again. That's on my desktop. Just gonna paste that over here, and we are going to extract it, and we want it in its own folder as well. So I'll just say like Homebrew or something. Drop it in there. And now we are going to go to public, Homebrew modded classes subclasses add-on, go to progressions, and the progressions file. This is going to look kind of intimidating whenever you first pull it up. It's not. I guess to explain a little bit better of what you're looking at, the progressions file is full of nodes, and each node defines what you unlock at every level. Every class, every subclass, every race, they've all got a node for, level 1, level 2, level 3. It tells you what you unlock at these levels. And you might be a little bit confused looking at this because you see there are actually 2 nodes here for level 1. That is because every class also has a multi-class node for level 1. So if they're level 1, you got 2 nodes instead of 1. Reading through them, a lot of it is very self-explanatory actually, if you take the time to just kind of like parse through it. Like boosts, proficiency with simple weapons, proficiency with great axes, you can see like for Barbarian. The passives that are added to them. You get to select 4 skills, 2 skills with expertise, stuff like that. But none of that really matters. What we're editing is Druid. So I've added identifiers above each of these nodes. So as you scroll down through, they're in the same order that they would appear in game. So you scroll down to the Druid node here, and at the bottom you see there are 3 entries for subclass selection. And so those are the 3 subclasses that you would normally be able to select whenever you're starting a new game, or under this one, whenever you're multi-classing. So adding the new subclass is genuinely the easiest thing in the world. All you're going to do is you're going to take this node here, make a new one on both of these, and then the numbers on the right here are the UUID numbers, the unique identifier numbers. So we're just going to take this unique identifier number, and we're going to paste it over this and this. And now the patch is pretty much complete. You have 4 subclass selections now for Druid. So now we need to repack the patch file, and in order to do so, we'll go ahead and pull these back up here. Now, for the first couple times that we used this program, we were extracting packages. Now we are creating a package. So on the third line here, the source path, you're going to need to select the folder that will go into this pack file. You could just select like from here, like from the downloads. Don't do that, because that will pull all of these folders into it. What you need is specifically just those two folders that were extracted out of it and edited. So you're going to go into this folder here, and then with the mods and public folder visible, you're going to hit select folder. It's taking those two folders, and then the package path is what you had originally extracted. So we're taking those two folders and putting that information into this pack file. We're going to hit create package, and it will instantly finish. It's just a couple of kilobytes. And now the patch is done. It's complete. Let me go over to my mod manager here. I use Vortex. I'll drop it in here. This will look different if you're using a different mod manager, but at this point you're just adding a mod essentially by adding the patch. So you know, I feel like most people will probably know exactly how to do that. We'll go ahead and turn that mod on, and then the one thing to keep in mind whenever you turn that on is you need to have the subclass mod active, you need to have the all-in-one overhaul active, and you need to have the patch active. And they need to be in this order. They don't have to be at the bottom of your load order, but they need to be in this order. The subclasses need to be above comprehensive reworks, and then the patch for comprehensive reworks needs to be below it. That's because the subclass will typically edit the node at which you would unlock the subclasses. So like for Circle of the Stars, for Druid, if we go into that and we check out its progressions file, we can see it adds these in to level 2. But we don't want the subclasses at level 2 because under the overhaul they unlock at level 1. So making sure that you put them in the correct order means that this edits level 2. This, and it also obviously supplies the assets for the subclass. The comprehensive overhaul rework overwrites the subclass mod, so it goes, subclass selection is level 2, then back to level 1, and then this, the patch that we made, edits level 1 again for each class and contains the additional subclasses. So as long as you keep them in this order here, everything will work properly. So we'll go ahead and start the game. It'll take just a minute to load it up. And now, once we start a new game, I don't recommend adding new subclasses, by the way, on an existing save. You really should probably be starting a new game if you do this. At the very least, you'll want to back up your save file, just in case. But once we get to character creation, we can see Druid now has 4 subclasses. Just like that, it works. So once you know what you're doing, this really takes 5 minutes or less. You can add in pretty much anything. Now, it does have a little bit of jankiness in the sense that, like, I've set everything up to provide benefits, at every odd level. So, obviously, adding a new subclass in, those benefits might not be at level 1, they might not be at level 2, you might have to wait until, like, level 3 or something before you start seeing benefits from the subclass. But if you're just wanting additional subclasses in the game to, to run with, this is the easiest thing in the world. So, go ahead and back out of this. And then, for any other class too, it would be exactly the same, They are all structured. I made sure that they are structured exactly the same. And so, like if you want to add in a fighter subclass, same thing. Just add them here and here. Monk subclass, here and here. So yeah. With this video guide, along with the detailed text guide, hopefully that will be enough that you can hit the ground running and start adding in anything that you want. If you need any help with anything, not just with this, but like modding related in general for Baldur's Gate, just let me know. I'm always willing to help people out. I'm always willing to help you get the setup that you want. But yeah. yeah, hopefully this will be exactly what you guys needed. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all for the support. And like I said, if you need any help, just let me know. Thanks. Bye.